Hey, man.
Is Drake obsessed with Kendrick Lamar? After seeing Drake's new Nokia video, tons of fans are convinced he's recycling Kendrick's visuals, frame by frame. This might be the boldest example of Drake copying Kendrick we've ever seen. But is it homage, or a blatant, not like us knockoff? Let's tear it apart scene by scene and see why everyone's talking about this suspicious overlap. Months ago, nobody expected Drake to bounce back with a viral rap video so quickly. Since his last blowout with Kendrick, fans wondered if he'd ever reclaim his unstoppable chart presence. Lo and behold, Nokia soared. It's climbing the Billboard ladder and grabbing crazy attention. Yet instead of celebrating a pure win, Drake seemingly can't resist stirring the old rivalry. The result? A clip drenched in PG Lang echoes, reminiscent of N95, Not Like Us, and the legendary Kendrick Super Bowl performance. Some call it inspiration, others call it biting. Either way, the visuals are too similar to ignore, from the stark black and white color scheme to the handshake shot that screams, "Wait, isn't this what Kendrick did with Dave Free?" Once again, rap fans are locked onto every second, scanning for proof that Drake is still stuck in Kendrick's shadow. Nokia isn't just any track. It's the first truly organic smash Drake's produced in a while. No massive hype campaign, no big collab billing, no forced radio push. People just liked it, and it's steadily rising. That's huge news for Drake fans who watched him get hammered by critics after Kendrick's Not Like Us and those scathing bars. But here's the kicker. When Drake finally lands a chart burner that stands on its own, he devotes the music video to rehashing the one beef that overshadowed him for years. Imagine making your big comeback and filming an entire video stuffed with references to your rival's iconic moves. It's the kind of twist that keeps the internet ablaze. If you've scrolled through social media lately, you'll see fans split. Half are shouting, "This is the best Drake we've seen in forever," while the other half says, "This is borderline plagiarism." In one of the earliest shots, Drake shares a handshake with someone. At first glance, it's just a handshake, right? But anybody who watched Not Like Us sees the parallels. That video famously included Kendrick clasping hands with Dave Free in a near-identical angle. Dave Free is a driving force behind PG Lang visuals, often shaping Kendrick's entire aesthetic. Could Drake simply be referencing that moment? Or is it an attempt to reclaim it? Some fans speculate that Drake is mocking the exact handshake, silently declaring, "I can do what you do." Others think it's more of a nod to the behind-the-scenes animosity that still lingers. Regardless, you can't miss the resemblance. It's too spot on. Nokia is filmed in moody monochrome, instantly conjuring up thoughts of N95, Not Like Us, and other Kendrick classics. Even the hallway scenes match up. Drake struts down a dim corridor in a designer scarf, flashing lights dancing behind him. Kendrick did the same thing, walking through a shadowy hallway at the start of Not Like Us, wearing his own patterned wrap. That's not the only overlap. The dancers, the aerial shots, and the symmetrical formations mimic the Kendrick Super Bowl performance stage. Remember how all those dancers formed neat lines in front of a plain backdrop? Drake does the same. And the transitions? They fade exactly like PG Lang's signature style. Fans are joking, did Drake hire Kendrick's production team on the sly? A cameo laid. That's what folks called Kendrick's practice of inserting star athletes or celebrities into his visuals to reinforce the storyline. In Not Like Us, we saw Chicago's beloved D. Rose in a striking pose, symbolizing resilience and hometown love. Now, Drake places Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, in Nokia, letting the Canadian baller flash a stoic gaze into the camera. Both shots mirror each other in composition, a looming athlete, a serious stare, and an almost identical camera angle. One repped Compton, one reps Canada. Each was traded between LA and another city. Coincidence? Unlikely. It's a direct nod to how Kendrick integrated basketball icons. Drake adopting the same technique begs the question, is he saluting Kendrick or trying to outdo him? In the final frames of Not Like Us, Kendrick caged an owl, basically taunting Drake's OVO brand. It was a brilliant, symbolic closer. In Nokia, Drake flips that image, 6 owls perched on a towering structure seemingly free at last. To hardcore fans, this shot screams, "We've broken the cage. The OVO brand is unchained." But is Drake truly liberated? Some viewers say yes. A #1 or near #1 track proves Drake's unstoppable. Others point out that by referencing Kendrick's owl imagery again, Drake indicates he's still stuck in the same storyline. If you were really free, you wouldn't resurrect the birdcage metaphor. Instead, you'd move on and do something original. The big question becomes, do these freed owls represent independence? Or is this another sign Drake can't let the feud rest? When Drake teased his new album, rumored as some sexy, sleepy love songs, everyone assumed Party Next Door would shine. After all, he helped craft the vibe, wrote hooks, and influenced the dreamy aesthetic. Yet the track that's turning into a massive hit, Nokia, doesn't credit or feature Party Next Door in the video. Viewers expecting a cameo or synergy between them found nothing. Why does that matter? It's classic Drake. Remember how The Weeknd famously parted ways after Drake utilized his sound? Many suspect a similar move with Party Next Door. Even the album cover, rumored to be shot near the same two towers a local Toronto artist once used, sparked allegations of aesthetic theft. Now the merch, plastered with $3 signs and cartoon rabbits, mirrors Freddie Gibbs' approach from years back. It's a pattern. Drake might champion collaboration publicly, but behind closed doors, some say he picks pockets of creativity and rarely shines a proper spotlight on collaborators. As if the Kendrick borrowings weren't enough, Drake also launched new merchandise targeting Joe Budden. He printed a hoodie featuring Melissa Ford, Joe Budden's co-host, with the URL videoauxins.ca on the back. That link redirects to Budden's Patreon. It's a sly roast, effectively funneling viewers to Joe's own platform. Why do that? Because Drake thrives on tension. He dissed Joe Budden in the track Give Me a Hug, mocking the idea that Joe's an irrelevant, bitter critic. Then, Drake sold merch that nudges people toward Joe's site. Some call it pure pettiness. Others see a genius marketing stunt. Either way, it's another layer of controversy swirling around Drake this season, overshadowing the simpler conversation of whether Nokia is just a decent tune. Of all times to revisit the Drake versus Kendrick standoff, why this moment? Some observers think it's timed with Kendrick's upcoming stadium tour alongside CE. Kendrick is about to unleash massive visuals, elaborate choreography, and possibly brand new references to old grudges. By dropping Nokia now, Drake ensures his name weaves back into the narrative before Kendrick can claim the spotlight again. Others theorize Drake just can't resist taking a subtle jab, or perhaps hopes to provoke a fresh response from Compton's finest. After all, a second round of Kendrick Lamar diss tracks would rocket viewer interest. Controversy sells. If new friction surfaces, the internet will devour it, boosting streams for both artists. To Drake, maybe that's win-win. Remain relevant, stoke headlines, and watch the chaos unfold. Drake hyped the Nokia video as if it were a cinematic spectacle, shot in IMAX. But unless there's a grand plan to screen it in theaters, the IMAX angle seems pointless. Some fans believe Drake's one-upping approach is at play. You did the Super Bowl, so I'll do movie theaters. Yet, so far, there's no real sign of an actual film release. The irony is huge. If you're going all in on IMAX, you'd expect a groundbreaking storyline. Instead, we get a black and white collage of dancers, cameo cuts, and hallway walks reminiscent of Kendrick's arsenal. It's visually sleek but lacks a narrative. For such a big budget, the storyline remains overshadowed by the alleged Not Like Us knockoff vibe. Drake's new outfits have also drawn scrutiny. He's been rocking oversized boots, doll accessories, and cross-laden sweaters, even though he once identified with his Jewish heritage. Not that it's forbidden for anyone to wear crosses, but fans note the odd mismatch. Kanye West, someone Drake once feuded with, then reconciled with, then feuded with again, also teased a grungy, baggy silhouette recently. But Kanye publicly roasted Drake's attempts at replicating that style, calling it embarrassing. Is Drake just sampling everything he sees? One moment it's Latin pop vibes, the next it's a borderline mariachi impression. Then it's vintage Kanye silhouettes. Now it's an entire music video that seems to replicate Kendrick's style, right down to the lens filters. Critics say it's an identity crisis, while supporters call him a chameleon who adapts and innovates. Which camp is correct? Tucked into this ongoing conversation is Drake's questionable Spanish accent on a track from his Some Sexy Sleepy Love Songs album. Listeners who speak Spanish cringed, comparing it to a tourist fumbling phrases on vacation. This ties back to the bigger theme. Drake is known for latching onto styles and cultures he doesn't fully master, sprinkling them in for a quick sonic edge. Now with the Nokia video, he's apparently doing the same with Kendrick's entire visual approach. It's a pattern that leaves fans simultaneously intrigued and frustrated. Does Drake have a consistent brand of his own, or is he perpetually searching for one? Let's not forget, the Kendrick Not Like Us video was a turning point in their beef. It showcased owl imagery and soared with bold statements that hammered Drake's credibility. Kendrick's entire city rallied behind him, from Tam's Burgers to the Compton courthouse, even featuring cameo appearances that signaled unity. To many, that video finalized the notion that Drake was not like them. Now that Drake has a genuine chart-scaling hit, you'd think he'd stride away from that storyline altogether. A fresh victory, a new direction. Instead, by weaving Not Like Us knockoff references into Nokia, He's inviting viewers to compare them. Some see it as a desperate move, others see a cunning troll. Either way, it's got everyone talking, which might be precisely the goal. Remember when Drake threatened legal action against elements of Kendrick's camp after Family Matters implied certain off-color rumors? That lawsuit turned a simmering beef into a public spectacle. Then Kendrick responded at the Kendrick Super Bowl performance, mocking Drake's readiness to sue. The friction peaked, and fans braced for another epic back and forth. Fast forward to now. The dust settled, Drake had time to reset, and Nokia emerges as a testament to his staying power. But instead of leaving the past behind, the video is jam-packed with references that scream, "Hey, I'm still overthinking this." Viewers wonder if that means the lawsuit nonsense is about to escalate again, or if Drake's just trying to poke the bear. Music videos with heavy choreography can be brilliant if there's a cohesive concept. In Nokia, we get talented dancers, cool angles, and cameo spots, yet no central theme beyond imitating a certain PG Lang flair. Compare that to something like N95, where each shot served a narrative purpose. Drake's approach feels less like a story and more like a reel of style references, overshadowing any actual link to the nostalgic feel of older cell phones, which the title Nokia implies. Many fans expected a 90s flashback, a tribute to the iconic era when Nokia phones reigned supreme. Instead, it's a black and white short film stuffed with parallels to Kendrick's discography. Nostalgia gets lost in translation. Or, as some claim, maybe Drake's real nostalgia is for the time before Kendrick knocked him off his throne. The Nokia chorus introduces a dance break. Drake glides across a room of performers, reminding people of the electric moves in Hotline Bling, back when Drake's dancing first went viral. But fans quickly pointed out the arrangement on that stage mirrors Kendrick Lamar diss visuals from N95, and even the open space concept from Not Like Us. The dancers appear on a raised white platform shot from above, exactly like the overhead glimpses we saw at the Kendrick Super Bowl performance. It's unmistakable. Each pivot, jump, and line formation feels cribbed from PG Lang's playbook. Sure, Drake's brand of dancing is unique. Nobody can replicate those occasional awkward but charming moves. But the environment, the color contrast, pure K-dot territory. That's the question blowing up online. Does Kendrick see this as a threat, a tribute, or something not worth addressing? After all, he appears content forging ahead with new music, focusing on his upcoming tour and letting the Drake controversy simmer among fans. He hasn't publicly spoken about Nokia or responded to any rumored references. Some guess Kendrick might unveil a sly reply during his stadium run, maybe a visual cameo of caged owls again, maybe a comedic line about borrowing my style. Then again, Kendrick might ignore it. Silence can be powerful. By not acknowledging Drake's moves, Kendrick leaves him flailing in a vacuum of his own making, possibly fueling Drake's "pay attention to me" approach. Fans are dying to see how or if Kendrick addresses it. The final shot with those 6 owls should signify Drake's triumphant return to form. It's a creative representation of the 6 God unshackled from the cage imagery in Not Like Us. But ironically, focusing so heavily on that Kendrick callback undercuts Drake's own moment of success. If you just overcame a massive slump, why highlight the very visuals your nemesis used to call you out? For some, it's a victory lap, Drake telling everyone he overcame the negativity. For others, it's a public admission. Kendrick's living in my head rent-free. He can't even film a music video celebrating his city without piling on these references. Online debates rage on, with fans dissecting each second to see exactly how much is stolen or simply paying tribute. Next up, Kendrick is hitting colossal stadiums with SZA, meaning new high-end visuals. Could the stage revolve around comedic jabs at the Nokia clip? Will we see more cameo-laden bits referencing the old drama? Meanwhile, Drake might parlay his IMAX ambitions into something grand, scheduling cinematic screenings that overshadow a standard YouTube premiere. Both directions are designed to dominate the discussion. At its core, Drake vs. Kendrick remains one of hip-hop's biggest narrative engines. Fans crave every subtle lyric, every camera angle, and every snippet of behind-the-scenes gossip. Nokia is proof positive that even a straightforward dance track can become a battlefield when these titans stay locked in creative friction. So, did Drake just copy Kendrick again? Or is this a clever game of illusions to keep us talking? The Nokia music video breakdown points strongly to the Not Like Us knockoff label, but opinions vary. Some call it sabotage, others say it's strategy. Either way, Drake harnessed enough buzz to rocket Nokia further up the charts, and that's undeniably good for business. Yet the deeper question remains, if Drake truly wants to prove he's moved on, why anchor every triumphant moment to the same rivalry? The freed owls, the handshake, the dancer formations, and the cameo structure all lead back to one place, Kendrick Lamar. Perhaps Drake is sending a cryptic message that he and Kendrick are more linked than ever, or maybe he's hoping enough confusion and hype will overshadow the blatant imitation. In the end, the world waits to see if Kendrick responds with a sharper barb, a bigger visual masterpiece, or simply shrugs it off. Because in a realm where drama equals views, both sides stand to profit. And that might be the biggest takeaway of all. When you pit two rap heavyweights in an ongoing spectacle, fans can't look away. The story never ends, and every new video or track is another spark in the blaze. Will Drake keep doubling down on borrowed ideas? Will Kendrick unleash a direct clapback on tour? One thing's for sure. When rap's biggest egos collide, the rest of us are glued to our screens, analyzing every frame, every line, every rumor. So buckle up for more fireworks, because with the way Nokia revived the conversation, there's no doubt these two giants have a lot more to say. That's the breakdown. Is Nokia just Drake's fun tribute to the phone that changed a generation, or a cunning recreation of Kendrick's most iconic visuals? You decide. But from the black and white palette to the cameo parallels, the evidence is pretty loud. If nothing else, Drake has proven one thing. No matter how many hits he lands, he can't shake Kendrick from his storyline. And maybe that's exactly how he wants it.